Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we have a interesting tier list here today. This is a ROM that came out. I don't know exactly the timetable of all of this, so I can't really speak too much of it. But it's a ROM that I recently discovered. It's called Pokemon Vanguard, and I actually found this tier list first and saw some of these sprites, and I was like, oh my god! And so I decided to snag the game and play it at some point. So I figured I didn't really want it to be necessarily a spoiler for me, but I kind of wanted to look over the Pokemon and rate them. Obviously, I think seeing them and playing them in a game probably will make them go higher or lower, but I just kind of wanted to blindly rank them and go from there because it feels like they've type changed a lot of them and changed their design. So I'm seeing already a lot of cool stuff and a lot of stuff I don't know what's going on. First off, we have what now looks to be it's like a bug type Pokemon. I always forget this Pokemon's name. It's the one with like the giant axe on its head, if I'm not mistaken, or like that. I don't like this. I'm gonna have to put this in D. I don't. I think it's like maybe it's bug type. It's an interesting design, but just not really what I like. Big. This is Heatran, I think, right? Uh, Honestly, it's a little weird on this angle. I think overall not too bad. I'll put it in C tier. I'm not against it. Then we got this freaking Alakazam with the Ninja Star, Nunchucks, all of that. Fighting type Alakazam has always been one of those changes that I've seen so many people do like a fake Pokemon of, but this one might be my favorite. Absolutely S tier. I want that in the game. Next up, Alder Cream as like a French Monarch. I'm putting that in S2 tier. That is very cool. I like the design. I like what they did. Then we got this new one as a steel type with the mirror. I can't even honestly off the top of my head think what Pokemon that is. Um, I think it's okay. I'll put it in C. I don't think I'd be one that I add to my team, but it's not bad looking. Then we got Alteria. On this sprite, I can't quite tell exactly if I like it or not. I do think I like prefer the regular Alteria, so I'll put it in C tier. Then we got this beautiful Corsola with the water on the top, and it's kind of on all fours. I don't know why they changed it like this, but I kind of really like what they did. I'm gonna put it in A. There's still like something a little off about it, but I think overall I would rock them. Next up, honestly, I can't even tell you what this is. I want to say it's one of Mareep's lines, but it's kind of hard to say. I'm not a big fan of design in general, so it's gonna have to go in D tier for me. Then we have Arcanine. Looks like he's some type of psychic rock Pokemon. I love that idea of a psychic rock Pokemon. That sounds cool. Um, in this, I think it's pretty standard. I'll put it in B. They don't think they changed much about the actual Arcanine, but I don't think you had to. It's just not what I really want. Next up is he's that fossil bird Pokemon. Uh, I don't think the changes are anything too crazy. I put it in D. Next up we have this almost looks like a is it like the spider Pokemon normally? Spinarak evolution. I honestly can't tell on this one. Some of the sprites are a little off to me because they're supposed to be different, so I can't really honestly think of it. But I'm just gonna base it based off of what I look like, what it looks like, and I don't really like that one. Then we have the Barracuda type one. I'm just not a big fan of the Pokemon in general. Then we have Beedrill, but like with like a little bit of like almost fur or like armor. Could also be ninja mask. What the hell? I don't know. It could be Nikita and then Beedrill mixed together almost like a fusion almost. I put it in C. It's not the worst Fin I've seen. Then we got our like bladed friend here. I don't know why I know Pokemon and I probably know most of the Pokemon by name. Maybe not the best pronunciations, but then when I do these lists and I sit down and especially ones that are like not super clear, I just space on the name. I know his name. I like the Pokemon. I like this design a lot too. So I'm gonna put it in A. So I apologize not for always knowing the exact name. Next up is this Samurai Blastoise. This is absolutely S tier. That is so cool. I cannot even imagine whatever like whatever else you could do with Blastoise, but that looks awesome. This is another one. It looks like almost like it's Blaziken. I can't quite tell. I do like the Pokemon's design in general, pretty solid. I'll put it in A tier. I like it. I can't really tell you what it is. Breloom as like a poison type. It looks like. It almost looks like his sunglasses. Not a big fan. Gonna go into D tier. This almost looks like a certain Eevee type. I'm assuming it's Bug Eevee. I'll put it in B. It has like a cool, creepy look to it. I'm pretty sure it's Bug Eevee. This Butterfree is S tier. I don't know. I hope it's Fire type, and I really want to rock it, so I'm gonna put it up in S tier. Then we got the Steel Eevee, so that probably other one was Bug Eevee. I'll put it in B. I think it's a pretty solid thing. Uh, Camerupt now is a water type. Maybe like a grass, maybe rock. I think it's pretty solid. I'll put it in B. I like the design a lot. This creepy tapeworm, it's Sizzlepede normally, and now it's like a dark type Pokemon. I think it's Stuff of Nightmares, so I'm gonna put it in B because I like it. This is Charizard. Ooh, it looks like a fairy Charizard. I don't know if I like it. I do like some of the design of it. I do really wish they still had the wings. I think is probably what I'm gonna put it in. So I'm gonna put it C. This looks like a sound type of Eevee. Like it almost has a musical note. I think this might be a sound Eevee. Put it in B. This is Machino, but maybe like a dark type. Not a big fan. Girder is a almost like an Ent from Lord of the Rings. I don't necessarily not like it, but I don't think it's necessarily needed. Dribble, but with like stuck with a bunch of different sea life. I like the idea. I see where they were going. I see the vision. I'm gonna put it in C though because I'm not a big fan. Could be that's. It could also be a Tortuga. You know, that actually could be a Tortuga. It's kind of hard to see on this one, but I think it might be a Tortuga. Then we got Finnegan's Last Evolution. I like the design. I'm gonna put it in A. I don't think I'd necessarily. It's like it's very close to an S tier for me, but I just there's something about it that I think it's maybe the green. I'm not a big fan of. Like if they would have just kept it two colors or three, it's fine. But they have like the four color combination, and I don't like it as much. This Doduo that looks like a snowman, absolutely Hellscape D. Dolphin is a ice type. I don't think it's too bad. I'll put it in C. Dragonite as a knight, it looks like. Clever idea. I'll put it in B. Overall, pretty cool design. Still not really up with the wings. Drifloon as like maybe a fire type. I see what they're doing here. I'll put it in B. Not a bad idea. Not necessarily. I think Drifloon's normal stuff is pretty good. Um, I want to say I know what Pokemon this is, but the design is so weird. I'm gonna have to go D. I want to say that's one of the legendaries, but I can't tell quite. Then we have these like Spirit Horse. It's okay. I think I like the original design better. Then we have a Diglett, but that has snowballs. I kind of like that idea a lot. That's gonna go in A tier. It's just kind of cute. Um, Dunsparce is like maybe an evolution, or Dunsparce in this vein as like some type of flying scorpion bug. Not a big fan. I'm gonna have to go put it in D tier. Electrode as some type of flaming wheel. Still not too bad. A Cinepig. What is his name? But yeah, the Tedpig's final evolution. I do like the change a little bit. I'll put it in B. They didn't change too much. Maybe they got rid of the fighting and he's like dark type or rock. I like the idea. This looks like an Eevee evolution of Eevee, like Super Eevee. I kind of like it better than all the other ones, so I'm gonna put it up in A tier because all the other ones are in B. That one kind of looks like a little bit of a difference, so I'll put it up there. Pharaoh as like an ice, maybe dark type. I like them trying something there. This one I'm not 100% sure which Pokemon it is. I'm not a big fan of the design though, so I'm gonna put in D. This looks like it would be Articuno. I do like the coloration of this bird. Overall, I think I still like Articuno better. So I'll put it in B. Still a great design. These designs in general are just amazing. Even the ones that like I'm putting in D, they're still an amazing attempt. It's just not really my thing. Next up is Flygon as like a dark type, maybe Bug also. I like it. I'll put it in C. I think that's kind of where C is. Like I like it. It definitely should be in the game. Probably not a Pokemon I'm rocking. Then we have what looks to be maybe Sawbuck, but it's like a reindeer type thing. Not a big fan. Could have put it in D. Uh, God, this is just, I think, really bad sprite image for this thing, so I can't really quite tell. It looks like almost like a Jack in a Box type thing. I can't quite tell. I'm gonna have to put it in D because I don't really know for sure. And I don't want to give it a better or worse rating. I just can't tell. Next up, we have Glade. Honestly, I like the design except for the headpiece, so I put it in B. And then we have Gardevoir. I think the headpiece is a little bit better on there. Put it A. It's kind of a cool design. I might rock with her if putting her in S tier later if I feel like it. But I feel like we still got quite a bit of a list, so I don't want to use up too much of my space up towards the top. This kind of has like an Egyptian bird feel. I think overall C for me. This Gengar with like some type of mask is kind of cool. The mask itself could probably be a little bit different, but I think overall I kind of like it, so I'll put it in B. This samurai Frostlass. Well, no, Frostlass is the other one. Um, I kind of like it. It's probably like a ghost type. I'll put it B. I mean A. Sorry. Then we have. I want to say it's one of like the Lake Guardian legendaries. I can't quite tell. It kind of looks like a Chinese dragon, like the ones that they use at the parades and stuff. I'll put a B. I like the thing. This freaking full ass Gundam for Golets or Golems like last evolution. I like it. I'm gonna put it in S tier. It's kind of a cool, crazy thing that they did. Looks like Gorgeist, but like with candy inside of it, maybe. It looks like it's a pretty decent idea. I can't really tell on the sprite even what Pokemon this is. I'm gonna have to put it in D. This Yongoose with what looks to be like another mask over it. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of that. It just kind of looks a little weird. I can't tell you what Pokemon this is. I want to say it's Beldum. I don't think that's correct, but just out of the blue, that's what I'm kind of getting, that it's like a Beldum. I kind of like the design. I just don't know what Pokemon it is, so I'll put it in C. We get the peppers with like the weird tail. It's a really crazy idea. I think it's a little ambitious though, so I'm not my thing. Poison type Eevee. I don't like this one. I'm gonna put it in C. I think it's definitely the worst of the Eevee ones that we've seen so far. This Hattress with like almost like a fur coat. I'm gonna go S tier. That looks kind of badass. Horrorcross is like a steel type. I'm putting it into A. Nah, actually, I'm gonna put it in S. It is pretty cool, and maybe it's like poison with the pink on it or orange, purple on its blades. But I'm not sure. Our chameleon Pokemon, I think, right? I can't even tell, but it looks like one of those spinning lizards. The design is pretty interesting. I'll put it in C. They just kind of color pigment these two. I don't think it's necessarily bad or good. I'll put Hitmonchan in C and Hitmonlee in B. I kind of like his design because it looks like it's almost like ghost fire or something. And the Hitmontop, I think, is also B. Then we got the three-headed dragon is like a dead fin. I like the idea of it. The execution not necessarily is what I like as much, so I'm gonna put it in B. I think it's still pretty solid, but not exactly. Okay, we already had this one, so I'll drop him down here. I noticed there was a few. Infinirape as like a fire ghost type kind of goes hard. I'm gonna put it in B. Jinx as what looks to be like the girl from the ring. I think it's B. I think it's a pretty cool thing. It was good changing. I don't even know what the Pokemon this is. I'll be honest. It's a pretty decent design though, so I'll put it in C. Krabby with eyebrows. I think that's something, maybe some type of reference. Um, just fan of keys instead of like the old school keys. I mean, I guess it's like a updated idea, but not really anything I like. Our little alligator as like an ice type. It looks like. I think I put it in D. I'm not a big fan of that one. This Lapras looks like it's very close to being really, really cool. I just don't quite like the ear or like horn things that they have. It looks like it's a dragon type, which is kind of cool. But I think overall I'd put it in B. I think there's maybe just get rid of that or try to something a little different. Then we have that cat Pokemon, but it's an Egyptian cat. Overall, pretty decent B. This is like a love disc almost. It's kind of creepy looking. I'm gonna put it in B. I can't even tell you exactly. Could even be a Skrelp. I don't know. Lucario, this sprite doesn't look as good as I think it probably would if you had it like as a 3D model. I'll put it in B because I think it looks pretty like it'd go hard with like the red and the white. This Lunatone is S tier for me. It just looks so cool. Luxray, I think it's A tier. I like the red and yellow. It's definitely contracts. This looks like a muck, maybe. I don't honestly know what Pokemon this is because it looks like it's the eyes are like of Magneton or Magnemite, but I don't think that's quite what it is. I'll put it in B. Manta Ray with like a little electric fin on the front is kind of badass. I'll put it in B. Cubone, but like with like a flat dome head and a club. I don't think I like that design as much. I'm gonna put it in D. This looks like a Phoebus evolution Pokemon. Maybe? I don't know. I can't quite tell and I don't really like it. This is um God, Meganium. And it kind of has like a almost like cherry blossom look to it. I kind of like it. The face is a little off, but I think overall I could like it. Mascara. I don't even know what you call it. Um, I think it's a pretty solid design. Looks like it's ghost type. Now this is Mimikyu, but using the substitute doll as an outfit. That is absolutely S tier. That's so cool. Latios. I think I'm not a big fan of this one. Mr. Mine. This is just Nightmare Field going there. Uh, Ghost type Eevee. I think it's okay. I think I'll put it with the rest of them in B. They look like they use a lot of like the ghost designs, and I think it was okay. This maybe is Dugong with the giant like narwhal thing. I can mess with it. I'll put it in B. This fin I can't even tell what it is. It looks like it's Spirit Tomb mixed with like Unknown or something. I'm gonna put it down in D. We've already got that EV, so I'll drop it down here real fast. We got a full on two different Ninetales. I think I like both of them equally, but I'm gonna put them both in C. They're okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. It's just not really my thing. Like this is like definitely like a ghost type, and this is some other maybe like fighting, but I don't quite like it. This Noctowl looks busted. Gonna put it down there. Noibat's evolution with looks kind of electricity. I kind of like it. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Uh, Pancham's evolution as a fire type looks really cool. I'll put it in A tier there. What is this? It almost looks like it could have been an Eevee, but has the long head. Uh, no, thank you. I think I know what Pokemon it is, but I can't even be sure. This also looks like a dragon type Eevee. Did we get one of those earlier? Huh. I don't think I quite like it. I'm gonna put it in C. Pidgeot with different colorations. I think it's okay. I'll put it in C. It looks like we got a steel pincer. I think steel pincer isn't really that bad of an idea. I'll put it in B. Honestly, can't tell you much on this sprite. It doesn't look super good, but I'm gonna put it in D. That is Pyroar as like a poison type. I'll put it in C. I can see the vision, but it's hard on the sprite to really know. Then we got one of our starters as like a full-on peacock. I can't vibe with that one. This is kind of an interesting Raticate because it kind of feels like it's a regular Raticate with like gemstones popping all out of it. So it's like a rock type. I low-key really like this. I'm gonna put it in an S tier. I would rock it. Another type of ghost Pokemon. I really can't honestly tell you too much about it. I'm gonna put it down in D. I can't. The sprite doesn't have a lot of detail to anything that I like, so I'm gonna have to go put it in Infinirape or maybe Primate as like a fire type. I'm not. I like the idea of it, but the sprite doesn't really go to me. I think that's that one dead like fish Pokemon. I think can't quite tell. Sprite isn't it for me. Like little cell Pokemon. I don't know if this is like ice type or whatever. I do like the design of it though, so I'm gonna put it in. I think I'm gonna put it in A. I really like the design. I can't really tell exactly what it be. Now this cute little Robombi is absolutely adorable. S tier for me for sure. Um, Grookey's final evolution looks like they kind of just changed a lot around his stuff over here. I'll put it in C. Not really my thing. Um, I want to say I know this is like a Marwile, right? I can't quite tell. I'm gonna have to put it in C. I like the design where they're going, but I can't tell what Pokemon it is. I can't tell what this is either. Not a big fan of it. Going into D. This is another one of the Lake Guardian like stag type Pokemons. I'll put it in C. I liked what they were doing. Sceptile, not bad. Not really my favorite. C. This Electric Boy, can barely tell what it is. I'm gonna put it in D. Um, was that? Is that treat? Not that's Snivy's final evolution. Looks like it's Steel type. I like what they're going with it, but I think like if I saw a 3D model, I'd probably like it a lot more. This looks like a Cobra of some sort. Maybe like an Ekans. I kind of like what they're doing with it. I'm gonna put it in C. I feel like it's coiled, so it's a little harder to tell. Signaglyph of some sort. I kind of like the change of it. I don't really know exactly what it is, so I'm gonna put it in C here. But I like this one, like it looks like it busted out like as a almost like a lizard or something. I'll put it in B, and then back to this one kind of being like a crawler or something. Not a big fan of it, so I'll put it in C. Skarmory, I don't like the changes. I'll put it in D. Looks like Skloboom. Um, Still not really a big fan on that one either, so I'll go put a D on that one. Another Ghosty, not a big fan. I think the sprites don't really do the justice what a 3D model. This little Snorlax with like ice, like a little ice crown is kind of cute. I'm gonna put him in B. I think, actually, I put him in A. I don't know. An ice Snorlax kind of seems cool. This little guy made of gemstones almost looks like a Ghastly, but I don't think it is. I'll put it in C. I like the design. I can't tell what Pokemon it is right off the bat. We got a Brawling Eevee. So dope. I think I really like the Brawling one. Could have put it in A tier. We already saw this one. We just had to move it down. Um, I don't know what this is, but I like it a lot. It's like a little Yeti almost. I'm gonna put it up there. I can't tell what Pokemon it is, to be honest. Um, is that Zebstrika, but as like a psychic type Pokemon? I kind of like this. I'm gonna put it in B. Can't really tell what this is. Um, I can barely tell what this is. I don't really like it. What are these? I think overall, I think I like the fire one. I like the ice one. I don't like this one. Is that Frodo? And I'll put this one over here because it's not much of a difference. Don't like this. We've already got this, so I'm just going to put this towards the very back. Put that in the very back. This kind of rainbowish, birdish Pokemon, I'll put it in B. This Torterra with like the Christmas stuff, I kind of like a lot. Or like ice stuff, I'll put it in S tier. This pink around this, the tree, what is it? I can't think of it. The tree vernt? Yeah, B. This looks like the banana leaf Pokemon. I don't quite like this as much. I'm gonna put it in C. Maybe that is definitely Cinequirl's final evolution. I kind of like it. I like the little flails of the colors and stuff that change. Tyrant's final evolution with the fire kind of looks cool. Put it in B. The P-Doves are pheasants. I don't really like these as much. I'll put them in C. Back to that. We already rated that. Venusaur is this like desert frog is super cool. Absolutely S tier. Probably my favorite starter, right? I'm not gonna rate all of the variations of this because we don't have a lot of space. And then it looks like we got these two. This looks like a ghastly, not ghastly, a wheezing type thing. Put in S tier, like kind of cool. And then I can't really tell. Looks like some type of. Well, this is definitely some type of spirit. So I'll put that in B, and I think I'll put this one in C. And yeah, I can't wait to play this game now. A lot of this looks really cool. So check for it either on stream or on this channel. I'll link it if I end up putting it out there. And tell me what you guys think. And I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.